right. So, what is Chiwenga doing in Paris, France? We see a release by the Zim Papers Herald. This one, Vice President Dr. Constantino Chiwenga is expected to arrive here today to attend the 2024 Paris Olympic Games opening ceremony to be held on Friday. Zimbabwe, here we see arrival there in France. Vice President Constantino Chiwenga there. So if we zoom to get a clear view of the plane, that is the plane there, Falcon 8X, basically, which carries less than 20 people. So I'm wondering how many of these did these guys take to France. Anyways, this is the same plane here. We see ED there. Aripopa same ndege yoyo. So basically, ndege inonzo chandiswa na ED. This one, it was bought na Minister of Finance to make my travels ED cheaper. Let's go back to what Chiwenga was doing there. Main objectives. Number 1, attending the Olympic opening ceremony. Number 2, engaging in diplomatic and business meetings to further Zimbabwe's international engagement and re-engagement efforts, as they say. Now, following the online scrutiny, tavataona pachibuti kama images, right? My picture chibuti kwa akagara pa mazi round table. Yeah. Big round tables. These ones, then we saw a broadcast by the Zimbabwe Broadcasting Corporation, ZBC News.
Economic front.
More than 30 French business executives attended a meeting with the Vice President General retired Dr. Constantino Chiwenga in Paris this Wednesday, where they expressed their willingness to invest in more than 10 sectors of the Zimbabwean economy. The business executives indicated that they will be in Harare in October this year to finalize their priority sectors.
We'll be happy to, go faster with you on all your projects, whether we talk about agriculture, health, whatever, industry, mining, etc.
And we are happy to deal with you, whatever, mining, whatever, endeavor.
Responding to submissions by the French business people, Vice President Chiwenga said, despite depressed trade between Zimbabwe and France, this is the opportunity to open a new chapter.
As Zimbabwe, we acknowledge that despite the long history and growing cooperation,
as Zimbabwe, we acknowledge
trade between the two countries currently falls short.
All right, so here they are talking of trade, right? So, 2 key points: engaging in diplomatic and business meetings to further Zimbabwe's international engagement and re-engagement efforts, and attending the Olympic opening ceremony. Now, how does the size of Zimbabwe's delegation compare to other countries? How does Zimbabwe's delegation compare to other countries? Of course, we are getting images like this one here. Team Nakesti Coventry, the coach, sorry, Minister of Sports. There. Kenya yakamirirwa nevanhu 200 ndikutaura vemasports, right? Vane matimbe mamwe masports andisingatombozive mazita achona, marathoni, female marathoni, male marathoni, and many other tons. So that's the team there for Kenya, representing Kenya. Youthful people there, as we can see there. Tukutala ku Kenya kwa flying president William Ruto. Uku kuri kuitwa mabopoto ndima generation asingadi kuti Z. Anza bari kunyarara saka vakunzi generation Z. Because they don't want to keep Z. Big up to everybody who's watching us live right about now. Big up to Tafazwa Jerama, Lillian Mark, Dumisani Ngungu. Big up to everybody who's watching us live. You can write your comments in the top chat or in the super chat. That's how I can see your comments and your names so that I can give you shout outs. So we're seeing that do team yeku Kenya. You can see Zimbabwe, Kenya do the same. 7. Kunge TV 7. Come on. Okay. Handi China. China manje. China ende savanu vangani. How many people? China. 716. Okay. I'm trying to find the exact figures. 716. China. And we have 311 coaches from China, coaches and staff members, 311 supporting 405 athletes who will compete to bring the total size of the delegation to 706 members. Then the United States sends 592 athletes. This makes Team USA the biggest squad at the Games, followed by the host nation, France, which has 571. Take note my numbers are utaurwa. 500 in Chakadaro, 100 in Chakadaro. Isu sinevangani. 7. Guman. Yes. Anyways, we are a lower income economy. I mean middle income. Nigeria and South Africa also have very large numbers of contestants in their hundreds. Now, is there any benefit to Zimbabwe having a large delegation if that is the case? Because Ndege inopinda on less than 20. There are potential benefits for Zimbabwe in having large delegation at international events, but they are outweighed by the significant drawbacks. Potential benefits: political representation. A large delegation, especially with the inclusion of high-ranking officials, can be seen as a way to showcase Zimbabwe's commitment to international cooperation and to raise the country's profile on the global stage. Diplomatic engagement. A sizable delegation allows for more extensive networking meetings and discussions with representatives from other countries, potentially leading to new partnerships and agreements. Capacity building. Sending a large number of officials provides an opportunity for capacity building and knowledge sharing, as delegates can learn from their counterparts and bring back insights to improve domestic policies and practices. So long vasingazopedze nguva vachitsvaga ana Louis Vuitton nana Dio, those ana Givenchy, those things there from outer France. France kune yese ga kune yese. Now, however, drawbacks of having a disproportionately large delegation compared to the number of athletes are substantial. Significant drawbacks. Resource allocation. Sending a large delegation requires significant financial resources, which could be better utilized to directly support and develop Zimbabwe's athletes through improved training facilities, equipment, and coaching. Public perception. the optics of sending more officials than athletes to represent Zimbabwe at the Olympics has drawn widespread criticism from the public, who feel that the government priorities are misaligned and that resources are being misused. Opportunity cost. The resources spent on a large delegation, including travel, accommodation, and all the other things, could be redirected towards other pressing national priorities, such as traveling to Paris, healthcare, education, or infrastructure development. I just added travel to Paris there. Anyways, that is a very deliberate, very. Sometimes I have to explain my sarcasm because I've realized that there's some audience which doesn't understand some sarcasm. Hanzi kunopindwa sei kuma Olympics akumana kupinda kuma Olympics hanzi munhu kufana kunhonga zvivharo 10 zveCoca-Cola. Yay, owangarima all Africa Games ku Zimbabwe zviya. The year is when I think 1995 there. Hanzi Kowikneo atadza kuita support here, a lot of talent back home instead of him buying cars. Kuitomboziya here kuti maolympics ariko achitwa rini, watimo vachiona vanofana kunge vachiparticipate mumasports vanozozviziva sei? Isu tiri tinofana kunge tine information hatombozive kuti kune maolympics. Tunzoti mukuru waenda kumaolympics. Wo okay, takutotanga kutsvaka kuti maolympics chii zviya. Maolympics anoitwa kuolympiad, all those things and things there. Just the information kubvira pakanodhidha Kesti Coventry hatina zombobvira tambonzwa zvemaolympics futi munyika muno izvi. Hatiganisati isu nditi diseased from language inoshandiswa nemamanipulator anenge kuti isu iwe hausi kuona kuti hatisi kuzvifarira here izvozvo. Now anyways, let's continue. I think my drawbacks, opportunity cost, then athlete support. A smaller delegation focused on providing direct support and encouragement to the athletes could potentially lead to better performance and results at international competitions. In summary, while a large delegation may provide some benefits in terms of political representation and diplomatic engagement, the drawbacks, particularly the public backlash and the opportunity cost of misallocating resources, outweigh any potential advantages. A more athlete-centric approach with a smaller delegation and greater investment in sports will be highly favorable. Now, back again to the two main objectives here why Chiwenga is in Paris. We have a focus on athletes, right? Because he is there, and obviously the controversy is continuing, there is no focus on the athletes in Paris themselves. Who are they? Vari kuita masports api? Vari kumhanya here? Vari kutamba makasa here? Vari kutamba draft here kana chess here? Azviko zvazvo kuma-Olympics. Anyway, anditombozivi kuti kuma-Olympics kunomhanywa nekudhigidwa chete. Netumwe tumatennis twepamatable, so tumatable tennis. So we are seeing the overshadowing presence of the large delegation, which has detracted from the athletes the attention. And then, diplomatic engagements. Despite criticism, Chiwenga's presence is also part of a broader diplomatic mission with plans for business meetings and discussions aimed at enhancing Zimbabwe's international relations. However, this aspect has not significantly mitigated the backlash regarding the delegation's size. Now this number, 67 officials. My officials are from office. I don't know where the number 67 came from. 67. So, ndambonaniki mangwana ambo posta pa x.com I told ayewa murikuona ku Paris uku kwakaenda vanhu 4 vakamira zvakati, kukaenda 3 vakamira zvakati, kukaenda chichi. Manje kana vanhu vatoti i67 chete. Nick Mangwana anombotraya zvake kuposta chete asi zvake Jonathan moyo, but the man really tries. I'm just gonna look for that to see kuti anyora kuti vanhu vangani. Okay, Nick Mangwana writes, Zimbabwe's representatives at the Olympic Games in Paris 2024. Athletes 7, team management 4, coaches 5, country delegation 1, ZOC officials 2, total 19. Let's all wish well as they represent the flag. Some medals is the best. We pray for this highly competitive global event. Then he posts the image. So he guys officials etc team. Let's see the team now. Yay, team yacho ne post kwa manje na mangwana manje. Yay. I think my officials. I think my officials. As my athletes. I'm athletes. Tamaona kamira na VP hapo. Okay. Let us zoom in a little bit. These ones, they don't even look anywhere near coaches. Okay. Hande timbo na vanita ngema athletes vachona. Timbo va zoom. Akomana. Kuma athletes vachona kupi? Hapana ma athletes hapa. Inflation rate tonwa kure kudai so. Akomana. Yay. Is this inflation versus the Kenya? Mina insa tauri sensa nda zoom. Iyo Kenya iyo. Kambe zoom pai. Iyo Kenya. And then Zimbabwe. Okay. Maybe abapo. Abapo mtu umira ne wakuru. That is the only thing that may make no sense. I mean sense, sorry. No sense. It makes no sense. I've tried to make sense. Anyways, big up to Tafazwa. Jirama says, boys, Wona Shidara, Chine, scarf. Let me try to zoom that one. My screen is very small. Hey. It's very small like the Paris athletes. Wona Chidara Chine scarf. Choita Olympics yipi. Imagine. Iwe. What Olympics? pardon yasonzi ayo tomboti timu iliri uyo mdalani skafa ane maglass uyu ayo tomboti ma Olympians achona arambidzwa kumira nevakuru varambidzwa kumira nevakuru kana yeChina zvayo besides kuti vanhu vakomana vekuChina they all look the same to us. Uyu anenge akura wekuChina uyo aiwa ana kukura mafesi asina kujairwa kuonekwa nemaziso angu. So anyways let me leave that one there. What else is happening? Cover page Daily News. Jikanzi. Nemfesu. Starake, I only remember it when I read it. Singezo so Wosmenube. What is he saying here? We are too weak to face ZANU PF. Wakomana wekuluta political party say we are too weak to face ZANU PF. How? It's a nonsense. I'm not gonna read it. What sensible things can that guy say? I'm not judging him, but judging him by track no records. Then yesterday we saw the Minister of Finance budget statement, mid-year budget review statement. So it is now being brought to Parliament, and Legal and Parliamentary Affairs Minister Ziyambi moved the motion to postpone the debate to the opposition legislators to contest this thing there by Mutuli Ngube. Anyways, there is no official document so far that is out to the public or yet accessible. I think maybe the guys who are supposed to release that there Kuparis. Yesterday we saw Jameson Timber and the others being a topic where in the United Kingdom Parliament they were talking about Jameson Timber, and one of those guys who is detained in remand, and a 1 year old. So these guys were citing my human rights violations. So they were referring Jameson Timber is an opposition leader. Opposition leader Jameson Timber in Zimbabwe, incarcerated alongside together with a woman who has a 1 year child there. So we will not stand by and watch while this serious human rights violation happen. So another one added, and another 67 added to the record Yema human rights violations Edu Zimbabwe. Anyways, for future within the next 3 days we'll do a video over the past 10 years, what certain human violations, what damages, specific damages they have caused kuti human right violation yakavarisa diri iri. Enough respect to everybody who is watching us live right about now. Olympics achona. I think those guys were actually doing Olympics. Who will arrive to France first? It was the first movement going there. Anyways, I'm going to sign out right about now. Enough respect to everybody who was watching us live. I'm going to leave you with this image. Jealous down. Our moms, vakachena apapa. Kunozi kuvarisa. With that, I'm going to sign out. And remember, the Falcon 8X plane here. I quit on more than 20. 67 hours. Amenoti wafamba say kushika ku France, Paris. Amenoti wangu waende wali pa Kenya yendege ere. With that, I sign out. Ndinenge Mugabe, ndichiri pano. Just few comments and another series. Holy Ghost. Anzi murukurara here mudara. By God sign sound international. I'm gonna respond with a question. Why would you ask such a question? I'll bring back the question to you just to sound normal. I don't want to think deep. Anyways, I don't think deep. My shallow thoughts are deep. Ukurara here. Anyways, thank you anyways for that statement there. Of all people, so educated, so seemingly intelligent, a man, and naturally so high, saturated, to be a sellout, it's grieving. I'm vexed with the English linguistic I'll play there. Yes. Okay. Big up to Glot and Kiwani there. Anyways, we are to Mukurara here. I'm following the footsteps of Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, and all those other guys with a different circadian rhythm. This is 6:18 a.m. Zimbabwe time. Anyways, thank you everybody who was watching us live right about now. Dr. Clarence TV 7 live. Akumana mukazona wanta gaslighting amunta mchwa pintura makomeni.